So if I give you millimeters, so 1 millimeter equals how many meters?
Shoot. So we would.
And writing this down would not be a bad idea. So whenever doing the conversions, that's what helps me. So getting rid of as much mental math as possible, just putting it all down on the piece of paper, that way you can see and you can work the decimal point around, and that helps me out a lot when I'm doing any kind of conversions.
I just don't know how far away it is.
Okay.
So millimeters is -3.
Right.
-3. So, and I gotta go to meters. And millimeters are smaller than meters.
Perfect.
So and it's negative anyway, so I go to the right. So I have 1, 2, 3.
And
So I got 1,000 meters, or yeah, 1 meter.
So,
No.
yeah, you're catching it. There you
Yeah.
go.
So it'd be meters. 0.001 equals 1 meter.
Right. So if we look at this right here, so the decimal point is right after the 1, right? So this is 1 millimeter. And then we know that millimeter is smaller by 3 degrees, right? So the 3 decimal points.
Right.
And so we need, whenever something is smaller, just always think of moving it to the left. So if you're going from something smaller to something larger, you want to move the decimal point to the left. And if you're moving from something smaller to something, or larger to smaller, then it's to the right.
So you have 2 zeros in front of it.
Right, so we move it 1, 2, 3. So this is where the decimal point would be, and would add these zeros to it. So then this would equal 0.001 meters. Cool.
Okay. Wow. That makes no sense.
Did you want to try it one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. This time I'll give you 2 different problems and let you work through them.
Okay.
And then we'll come up with it afterwards, okay?
All right.
Cool, so let's do 1 kilogram equals how many milligrams? And then 1 liter equals how many centimeters? I guess I should do this for you, so 0.0. There you go. That way you know where the decimal point is.
Millimeters smaller. It's gonna take more than.
Put that I'm talking about grams. 1.
100 and 1,000.
For
I
this,
have a meters to centimeters, or kilograms, kilograms to milligrams. I have 1,000 milligrams.
okay. So for this one, we'd go from kilograms, and then from kilograms to grams, right? And then from grams to milligrams. So we actually have 1, 2, we have to do it twice. And so the 1,000 that you came up with was after doing that first conversion. So 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams, and then 1,000 grams equals 1 million milligrams.
Okay.
And so the conversion between these two, or yeah, this from kilograms to grams and from grams to milligrams is the same. So you move the decimal point to the right 3 times when you go from kilograms to grams, and then from grams to milligrams.
So when kilograms on here is 10 to the third, I'm just going down to grams.
Right, and so that's when we would go to the right. Because the kilograms is bigger, we know that we have to end up having more of the smaller things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And so,
But well, why wouldn't I go to grams, to centimeters, centigrams, and then milligrams?
you could do that, but if you already know the, if you already know the conversion factor, then you can just go straight from the base to the milli, because there's more prefixes than just these ones. There's a lot more prefixes.
Oh, sure.
And so, yeah, so like for example, we could have put deci. Deci comes between centi and base, and that would be a difference of 10 units. And so, yeah.
You would just eventually get to a million.
Exactly. And so if you went through each one, you get to this.
He's adding a zero slowly.
Right.
Oh, I see.
And so, but if you remember that, okay, I need to add 3 more zeros onto this, then it will, yeah, you can skip those few steps. And so, yeah, with these, just remember, so kilograms to grams, there's a difference of 1,000, and the same thing with grams to milligrams is a difference of 1,000. And so that's why we end up with that right there.
So I really do get to memorize all these.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's from meters to centimeters. There's a bunch between like inches.
Well, the inches is a different, is our American
Right.
system, and so the metric is just dealing with meters and centimeters. And so you can know that it's the metric system if you're seeing meters for length. And the only thing that's different between the different measurements is if it's using smaller units or larger units, or those prefixes. If it's using grams or centigrams or kilograms.
So small units is the other one, and then bigger units is less.
So for the smaller units will have more of whatever. The number will become larger if you're going from the base unit.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so these conversion factors is if you're starting from the base unit and your value is 1. And so, yeah, does that make sense? Okay, cool. And so to get from meters to centimeters, then we know that we have a difference of 2, right? And meters is larger than centimeters. And so are we going to have more centimeters than meters?
Yes.
Perfect. Exactly right. And so we know that we need to move the decimal point twice. So it starts here, 1, 2. So we end up having 100 centimeters in a meter. Perfect. Cool. So,
Yeah.
got it?
Yeah.
Cool.